Hello, everyone. Welcome to week two, okay, the spring semester. So glad you're here. We're going to try to incorporate some new things this semester, but the main thing I want to do right now is just try to orient you to this week and also to a new kind of idea is that there's always going to be a secret word that is in the assigned videos, this one, or I'm going to tell you where the secret word is or what the secret word is that is in the video, and you got to find it in the video and then answer that question. Okay, so I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to overview everything. So we start into chapter 4, and it really focuses on our role as the audience, which is the role that we have in this class. And we're watching plays, we're experiencing plays as an audience. Without an audience, there is no performance. There is no truly a play. It's just a script, it's just a rehearsal. Let's take a quick look at our weekly to-do, how to analyze a play, and more about how to experience a play as art. Not just as entertainment, right? Not just because it's fun or silly or whatever. So pretty straightforward. You have a chapter, there's a lecture video, and a quiz, as PowerPoint. There's some other assigned videos that expand on that I would have shown you in class, right, if in person, and then to participate in the discussion. Okay. All right, let's take a look there. Here's our chapter link. Always helpful. Hopefully by now you have your Cengage subscription. If not, never fear. Go on and use the instruction that you're given. So there is a PDF of the PowerPoint, but this alone is not enough. It's just a PowerPoint. It accompanies, it has some terms, it has some definitions that will help you, but really it's not meant to stand alone. That's why we have the lecture video. And one of the things that's mentioned in there is Aristotle's 6 elements there. And I'm going to come back to to this when I go to the discussion, just in case you've never seen the play before. You can still make a comparison by seeing what this talks about and then comparing it to what you do have experience with, is watching things on a screen, whether that be a movie or something, on your phone or at home on television, and how that's different from that. They're going to talk about Goethe, and we will, and Aristotle's Poetics and the 6 elements of drama. And because they talk about that, I have a little video that expands a little bit on that. And then we kind of end with censorship, which is a really interesting idea of drama, and the arts get a lot of leeway with that, but that doesn't mean they can do and say absolutely anything. And so there are some exceptions. This is one of them. There's some others here as well. And so, if you're inciting to commit a crime in there, if you're telling people to go do something wrong, that's illegal, in your play, if yeah, it's like not part of the play. Anyway, if it's telling the audience to do something wrong, not depicting that like you might see in Hamilton or something. Okay, let me get back up here. And since you're still with me, I assume I'm going to go ahead and tell you the secret word here in a second, but there's a brief, and I always pick these because I feel like they really are helpful to understanding the concepts that are given in the chapter. And so a critical view of Hamlet over time, Aristotle's 6 elements done in a very interesting and entertaining way, and then theater etiquette. So those are 3 key ideas from our chapter that can be expanded upon. And then I have a brief one on the plot structure, so you can anticipate that. There is a structure to each act or section similar to the conflict in a story, and that will help you follow along as you're trying to identify those. That's part of analyzing it. Okay, and so yes, the secret word is spectacle. Spectacle, and you need to find from the chapter what that goes with for the video response assignment. Okay, all right. The quiz, of course, is over the whole chapter. If you don't have your book, there might be a question or two you can't answer, but you should be able to pass this quiz. And this is now week 2. These are not due till the end of January the 28th, so that's considered ample time for you to get your book and your subscription. And then, like I said, I've supplied instructional materials. Let's talk briefly about the discussion. It asks you to talk about experiences you've had attending a play performance. And like I mentioned before, if you've never done that, then you need to say that I've never attended a play performance, but I have watched movies, and based on what's in chapter 4, how does that seem different? And that's how you can approach the first part of this, and then an idea in chapter 4 that stood out the most to you, and what do you think was the most significant? Now let me stop and talk about ChatGPT and AI. I think maybe I've already talked about it, but look, you have to engage in this for yourself. I'm not asking you in a discussion to talk about concepts that you could find typically out on ChatGPT, right? I'm not interested in you collecting facts that are off the internet, which may or may not be true, and whether they're true or not. This is about your experience. You can't appreciate theater if you don't engage in it yourself. So I have to know about your experiences, your comparison of that, and if something comes up very generic and and I check it to see if you got this information from an AI generation device or assistant such as ChatGPT, then I'm not going to be able to accept it. And the best way you can make sure that it doesn't appear to be that way, if you are truly writing this, is don't be generic, be specific. Share the experiences you have had. What was the play? What was your experience like that's unique to you? Okay, when, where, what did you see? And how is that like what you learned about in chapter 4? And how is it different from watching a movie? So I'm not looking for generic content. When I get things that are almost too perfect, too formal, these are, you do have to have good grammar, but this is conversation. And then what did you read in chapter 4? Okay, so that's really, really key. And then engaging with your classmates, okay? So in a way that contributes to the discussion in a positive, productive way. All right, that's all for now. I'm going to set up that little video response to make sure that you are engaging in here. And that is how to best appreciate theater and get the best grade. All right, have a great week.